Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at huskerfantravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at huskerfantravel.com. This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P.
Than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
With your weekly high school sports update, I'm Nick Sainert. Capital City Schools had a respectable showing last Friday with Lincoln High beating South Sioux City 26-21. Lincoln Northeast stayed undefeated and improved to 4-0 with a 35-27 win against North Platte. Lincoln North Star blew out Omaha South 57-8. And in an inner-city matchup, Lincoln East shut out Lincoln Southwest 20-0. We now turn our attention to Week 5 action this Thursday and Friday night with Lincoln Southeast traveling to number 1 Millard South. Lincoln Northeast hosts number 6 Omaha North, and number 4 Kearney versus number 10 Lincoln East this Friday night. This has been your weekly high school update on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Lace up your skates and join Lincoln Stars head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they introduce you to special player guests and give you the latest news and results from across the USHL. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Fern.
It's a new Lincoln Stars season, which means a new episode and new weekly, summaries of USHL hockey on Outside the Box. With, of course, myself, Alexander Fernan, the head coach of the Lincoln Stars, reigning and defending 2024-25 USHL Coach of the Year, Rocky Russo. Rocky, congratulations on that award. Since the last time we've spoken to you, new season, of course, the temperature dips below the 80s. You start smelling, the football in the air. But in Lincoln, of course, that also means hockey's right around the corner. Home opener this Friday just got done in Pittsburgh. How did the offseason treat you?
Oh, it was a busy offseason, to say the least. Welcome, Alex.
Yeah, appreciate it.
To you as the new voice of the Lincoln Stars. Alex is a local guy who grew up as a fan of the Lincoln Stars, which is really cool. And so to see your career take you full circle and bring you back here and as a new member of our organization and staff is really exciting. So we're proud to have you join us. We're looking forward to a great year. And as far as my off season went, it was busy. Melissa had finally had the baby there at the end of the season. So we've got 3-month-old little boy named Nathan, and now we're playing man. We're no longer playing man in the house. We're into zone coverage and 3 kids, and so it's been exciting. But my oldest one's in first grade now. Ronnie, my middle daughter Cammie, just started preschool, and so a lot of new and exciting changes in the Russo household, and obviously start of our 5th season here as the coaching staff of the Lincoln Stars. We're excited to bring the full staff back with Art Bry and Corey Courtney and Ross Kovacs, and I think that we've got a good mix of veteran presence and new guys, and a group that hopefully has a chance to pursue a Clark Cup this year.
New things around your household. We're getting some new, I guess, wall decorations coming up the Icebox this Friday. We're raising some banners for the Anderson Cup title, the first one that the Stars have had in my lifetime, funnily enough. But and then, of course, the Stars winning organization of the year in the USHL as well. We're raising those at the fall opener, or rather the home opener, this Friday at 7:00 at the Icebox. Get your tickets by visiting our website or by calling our box office. Rocky, I want to begin with this show more looking at, we've already played 2 regular season games out in Pittsburgh. Traveling out there, long bus ride, maybe even a little bit longer with us this time around on the way up there. But there were some questions coming into this season about more the team in general, because I mean, you have to replace guys like the USHL goaltender of the year, Jan Shostak, like an NHL draft pick, and Tanner Henricks. You've talked a lot about your forward group coming into this season. We talked a little bit about that on our broadcast as well. I guess all in all, the Stars you go 0-2 to not really sugarcoat much on the show here, but you go 0-2 to start the season. You come back, you got the home opener. You've had time to, kind of sit, review everything. You had a practice today. What kind of is the mood in the coaching staff and with the guys in the locker room after this past week in Pittsburgh?
Well, I'm sure that our fans have a lot of questions, and so we can have them call or text us here at 402-464-5685. Please, if you want to chat and chime in on the start of the season, the roster, all of those fun things, give us a call or a text here. I'd love to be able to interact with our fans, but more or less the mood in the room is optimistic, and I'm not a big believer in results driven behavior. I'm not gonna sit there and coach the team based solely on what the scoreboard says at the end of the game. I don't think that's beneficial for anybody. I don't think that's how you establish long-term success. Right now, we're really focused on establishing what the identity of this team is, and certainly it's no secret a team that I'm the head coach of has a certain identity, and there's parts of me that I feel are really non-negotiable when it comes to instilling into our culture and the expectations of the identity of the group. But each team has to find a way to figure out what their specific identity is going to be. And then number 2, how are they going to institute that in their locker room? And so the guys are sorting through who the leaders are going to be right now, and it's not as clear cut every year as the fans tend to think it is. We'll start to get calls for when are we going to name the captains and those things. And, there's years when I name the captain before we leave for Pittsburgh. And then, a couple years ago I was in Amarillo and we went 46-8-6 that year and made it to the national semifinals. And I didn't name a captain until Christmas time because I just wasn't sure who was going to be. And so, the captains eventually kind of materialize on their own. We just have to sometimes give it a little bit more time. But ultimately, we're optimistic. We believe in the group. We believe in the guys that got drafted here and the veteran players that returned. And we believe we made really good decisions in training camp. Those are hard decisions. And I'm sure there's some fans that don't like a couple of the decisions that we made. And I can respect that emotional response, but we tried to make the decision that was A, best for the organization, best for the overall group, and B, what was in the best interest of the player. And there are times when you cut a player or move on from a player that is capable of playing for you, but not capable of playing in the role that they need for their development. And so a lot of these times we make these decisions based on that. Hey, we could keep a player like player X, but he's in his second year or third year of junior, and he's not going to get the development opportunity that he needs at this phase of his career. And so moving him into a scenario where he's going to get to play more is more beneficial. And so we're sorting that out. We also only played 2 exhibition games. So we had 0 live reps of our power play. We had 0 live reps of our actual team. We were split amongst the 2 groups in the 2 Omaha games, which means we didn't see any live special team reps at all. And we have a lot of guys learning new systems, new structure. So I'm not concerned about the results of this weekend. I think that we were a couple bounces away, obviously, from winning on Saturday. I felt like we got a raw deal right from the hop with the officiating on Sunday, and I'm not making excuses. I'm calling them like I see them, and then we made some mistakes and compounded those bad calls and allowed that game to get out of hand, and that was on us. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm concerned about the long term. I believe that we have a great team. And I believe that this is a team that can compete for a championship.
I kind of want to prod you a little bit about those captains because, it's not just, announcing captains for the team in general. There's a lineage of those Stars captains that have, upheld what it is to be a Lincoln Star. I mean, in your time, we've seen guys like Mason Marcellus wear letters on this team. Dalton Norris. When I was a kid, Josiah Slavin was a big one with the Stars. How much thought process as a coaching staff do you go into, it's not just about leading the guys, it's about being that upstanding person off of the ice. How much do you guys really take into consideration, the kind of the brain behind the hockey player, if that makes any sense?
An immense amount. That is a big responsibility. And if you're going to wear a letter in this organization, you're held to an even higher standard than our players who are already held to a very high standard. But you're an extension of the coaching staff, and you have to come in and you have to deal with some things from me and from our staff that the average player in that locker room doesn't. And then you need to be able to hold your teammates accountable. You need to be willing to do all and every last thing that you're expecting your teammates to do. You don't get to wear a letter just because you're a veteran. You don't get to wear a letter just because you're a 20-year-old. You wear that letter because you're willing to accept the expectations that come with that leadership role and responsibility. And so I certainly do not take for granted that importance, the history of the players that have been fortunate enough to wear letters in this organization. Somebody like Matt Malte, I tee him up for it a little bit last year. I did. But I've teed a lot of guys up for it, and not everybody takes it, right? And so, I'll have the same conversation with 4 or 5 guys and say, hey, this is yours for the taking if you really run with it. And some guys run with it. Some guys, it's clear as day. Dalton Norris, the minute I talked to him the first time I got this job, I talked to him on the phone. I started to do my homework. It was like, Dalt's is the captain. And when I started asking the players, every single guy's like, Dalt's is the captain. Like, there's no question. And so it's not at all a surprise to me that Dalt's is the captain of his college team now, right? It's just some guys get it. And, and it's been clear in certain situations. It hasn't been as clear in other situations. And, when it comes to this year, I believe there's leaders in that room, and I believe they're doing a very good job. It's going to be up to the players to sort out who wears what letter and how many guys are a part of that leadership group. And then the recognition that we need to have leaders amongst leaders. And even if you don't have a letter on your chest, that doesn't mean that you don't have an immense responsibility to hold your teammates accountable and live up to the expectations that we have here as a Lincoln Star.
That's one thing about hockey in general that I feel like is so hockey centric. Like, yes, other, sports have captains, but in hockey you have, that when that guy that's wearing the C is out there, you're not going to get past anything. If you hit a guy even a second after a puck goes off, that he's going to be in your face about it. That's kind of a weird thing that I've seen more in college hockey too, is like the multiple captains thing. And I don't know your personal feelings about that whole thing where, they have like 3 guys wearing C's, 3 guys wearing A's. But I feel like that's something that junior hockey I really appreciate more of, is that those guys are going to be out there and they're going to defend those guys no matter what.
I've had 2 C's before. And it was in scenarios where the guys really did need to split the responsibility, and they each brought something that was really vital, but were maybe missing a little of the total package. And so those 2 pieces put together created a lot of success for the group as a whole. And so, I've had obviously more than just the true traditional A's. I've had 3 or 4 A's before. I've had guys wear an A on the road and nothing at home, or vice versa. And so each group is unique, and each group calls for the opportunity for it to be viewed in its own separate lens. And in this case this year, I believe there's guys that are going to step up and own that responsibility. And I would love to see a couple of the younger guys step into some leadership roles and start to develop as captains, so that when they do come back next year, it's one of those very clear-cut decisions of, yeah, obviously player X is the captain. Like he showed all those leadership qualities last year. He's matured, he's grown, he's fallen into it. And we have some guys that are returning from last year that I suspect are going to fall into that. It's just being patient, and more importantly, I'd rather wait and make the right decision than rush it and make the wrong one. And so, am I going to wait till Christmas? No, I'm not. Are you going to see letters on somebody's jersey this Friday? Probably not. But I suspect they're going to be there sooner than later.
Speaking of this Friday, it is the home opener at the Icebox. We mentioned at the top of the show that we'll be unveiling banners for the 2024-25 Anderson Cup winning Lincoln Stars. We'll also be unveiling the Organization of the Year banner. There's those guys on that team that are returners this year. You can think of guys like Lefty Markinitis, Will Prouse, Lane Loomer. Think of those big three. They're going to get recognized as well here at the Icebox. Just how do you, after, you have a little bit of turnover after last year, after the successful season that you guys had, is it up to you guys as a coaching staff and, those leaders that we just mentioned to kind of uphold that kind of standard now, saying, hey, like, we were the best team in the USHL last year record-wise. We had more points than anybody else. We scored more goals than we ever had in our franchise history. Is it up to you guys and those leaders to kind of uphold, saying, hey, this is how it works here?
Yeah, but I don't think any of those accolades have anything to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the expectations of the organization and the coaching staff have demanded that for the 3 years before we won those awards. And the goal of every player that walks into that locker room is, number one, to respect what's come before you and the history of the organization, and 2, to leave it in a better place than you found it. And, when we took this job, nobody had been in the playoffs in quite some time here in Lincoln. And so when we finished that first year, and obviously we fell short in the first round of the playoffs, I was able to look at those guys and say, you put Lincoln hockey back on the map. You allowed the Stars to become relevant again. We're back in the playoffs for the first time in 5 years or whatever it was. And you've left this in a better place than you picked it up in. And the next group came in and they went to the conference finals, and they did the same thing. And then we knew when we took this job, Nick and I knew, looking at that affiliate list, we tried to fix it as best we could. We knew we had an issue with a berth here, and that was going to rear its head probably in our 3rd year. And so it did. It forced us to bring some guys in, probably a little bit younger than we had hoped. But we looked at it and said, if we can survive year 3, year 4 can be really good. And ironically, that's exactly what happened. Not only did we survive year 3, we survived an 11-game losing streak for the better part of November. We were able to rebound, make the playoffs, win a round, get home games in the playoffs in the second round, do all those things, and bring all those players back, which led to the ultimate success that we had last year, plus the savvy drafting of Etienne Lessard and being able to trade for Caden Harrington and do some other things that established the pieces that we were missing from that group. So each group is tasked with representing the organization, respecting the organization, defending the organization, and making sure they leave it in a better spot than they found it. And what we're not going to do is we're not going to compare this year's team to last year's team or anybody else, because it's a different group. And so the kind of closing the book on last year will be Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And, we went through all these conversations with front office staff. When do we want to do these banners? How do we want to do it? And my point was, we're doing it at the beginning of the game because we're acknowledging the success from last year's team. And then we're closing the book on that. And the book for 25-26 is already open, but we need to be able to put that behind us. And we appreciate the success we had. We're proud of the success we had. But now we're looking forward to creating new memories and new records and new accolades and new opportunities for individuals and the organization and the group alike to be able to be successful. So am I proud of Jan and Jack and ATN and the team, and obviously proud of Nick for winning GM and myself and our coaching staff for being honored as coaches of the year. But that's great. And I enjoy those, but we would all trade every single one of them for Clark Cup last year. And that's the moral of the story is you can't dismiss the success, but you have to recognize where we fell a little bit short so that we can take steps to improve this year and ultimately pursue that big goal.
Yeah, the journey to the Clark Cup begins when the regular season drops. I do want to talk to you about the USHL having they revised their Clark Cup playoff schedule. They announced it back on September 4th, and this is going to run through the 2027-28 season. So I'm just going to read you the full press release that they have here, and I quote, "To optimize athlete recovery and provide the best possible environment for players and fans, the first round of the Clark Cup playoffs will be played on the first weekend following the conclusion of the regular season."
Amen.
In recent years, the postseason had begun on the Monday following the end of the regular season. I was listening to something about what you were talking to with Old Stars broadcaster Joel Norman earlier today, just to get myself ready for the day. And you were saying, I think, a conversation that you had with Etienne Lassard about him not understanding why the league scheduled it like with the weekday games, because you're not going to get people to come to those games usually. But this format in general, you're going to be playing the weekend after. You're going to get full rinks. You're going to be playing playoff hockey. They also changed the seeding around a little bit. So the playoffs will begin with a 3-game first round series between the number 3 and 6 seeds and the number 4 and 5 seeds from each conference. All 3 games will be played at the higher seeds home rink. The top 2 seeded teams in each conference will each receive a first round bye.
Yeah, that was normal for what they did last year, and what they've done in the past. The major change there is you're not starting on Monday. And it was insanity, quite frankly, to play a 62 game season, finish on Saturday night. And I mean, I'll tell you that 2 years ago, we snuck in the playoffs on Friday, and we had to play in Sioux City on Saturday, and Waterloo was playing and we were playing, and depending on the results of those games was going to decide the 2 seed, the 3 seed for the bye. And we were the 6th seed. We knew that. We were playing whoever that 3rd seed was going to be. If we beat Sioux City, it was going to be Waterloo. If we lost to Sioux City, it was going to be Sioux City, or vice versa. And so we realized we're not going to win that game. We're down 6-2 or 7-2 going into the 3rd period, and we're playing Waterloo. We have to go to Waterloo the next day. So Art doesn't even come on the bench for the 3rd period. Art's out making arrangements with the bus, scheduling meals, getting the hotel ready.
Jeez.
Because we go home Saturday night. We turn right back around. We pack. We get on the bus. We go to Waterloo on Monday. Teams, it's too hard. We compete for 62 games. We're trying to give our players the best opportunity to succeed. NHL teams want to come watch these guys during the playoffs, and you're getting a watered down effort because there's not enough time to recover. Now you get a whole week to recover. You get a week to prepare, right? You have the opportunity to pre-scout your opponent. Granted, you've played these teams. You know what to expect. They know what to expect. But if you haven't played a team in a couple months, getting the opportunity to spend some time pre-scouting is a benefit. Getting the guys a day off is a huge benefit. And then you get the weekend games, which from an owner's perspective is great. Now you have the opportunity to sell tickets for a week, and you're going to double or triple your attendance on a Friday night versus a Monday night. And so I think it's a win-win. And to me, we've condensed the schedule a little bit. So we're actually starting a week earlier than we were a couple years back. And so it kind of enabled us to roll into having that week off. And I think you're going to get a better playoff for it. I think you're going to get more attention and eyeballs on it, and you're going to get the best effort of the players.
I agree. And does the team notice, and this might be a dumb question, so feel free to call me out if it is a dumb question. Does the team really notice when, the rink is that full? Is there a difference in playoff environment from the USHL to regular season by any chance? It's been so long since I've been around junior hockey with my 4 years in college. Is there that much of a difference when you go from, a week of playing regular season to saying, hey, we win a series, we keep moving on?
There's nothing nothing that those players don't notice.
Mhm.
They notice everything. They know things that are going on in the league before I do half the time. And they're keenly aware of when our crowd is good, when our crowd is not good, when we're on the road, where we're at, all of these things. They're aware of everything. And so the one thing I know is that there's not a better place to play a junior hockey game than Lincoln, Nebraska. And the fan base and the support we've got from the community, the coverage we've got from our local media, obviously the great relationship we have here with DP and 93.7 The Ticket. These are all things that play into making Lincoln, Nebraska and the Lincoln Stars such a special place. And so our players, every time they get to step on that ice in the box is a blessing, not one that they take for granted, one that they appreciate. And so we want to sell it out every night. We want our players to have an opportunity to experience that every night. And we want the fans in this community to come out and realize what a fun opportunity it is to play here and to watch us play here. And so we're working on a lot of really cool new things to do for our fans and the interaction and whether it be media timeouts, whether it be intermissions. We're going to do a lot of things this year that I think our fans are really going to enjoy. And the 25-26 season is going to be an awful fun one here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
I should hire you to write my broadcast closes from now on at this point. That's what you call a tease in the media business. That was great.
I've been doing this longer than you've been alive, Alex. So.
Well, thank you, Rocky. We're going to take a break here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. When we come back, we've got a couple of Stars players coming with you right here on The Ticket.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at HuskerFanTravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com.
Hey, Husker fans, Max Tan is turning up the excitement this season. They're giving away a pair of Husker volleyball tickets, and every time you tan, you're entered to win. Experience the 2025 season tour featuring high-pressure tanning, rejuvenating red light therapy, and flawless spray tanning, all for just $20.25. Look good, feel amazing, and cheer on the Lady Huskers in style. Max Tan, take it to the max.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m., and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Experience an electric vehicle firsthand at LES's EV Ride and Drive, September 28th at the LES Operations Center. Registration is open now, but spots are limited. Visit les.com/drive to reserve your drive.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
It's time for Outside the Box with Lincoln Stars head coach Rocky Russo. Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Spurr.
402-464-5685. Call or text in. This is Outside the Box here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Rocky is out. Shift change. We've got goaltender William Prowse and forward Lane Loomer. Will is a Princeton commit. Lane is committed to go to Penn State out there in where the Nittany Lions roam, I guess, in all technicality. Are you following Penn State football at all, Lane, this season?
Yeah, definitely following a bit more since I committed there.
Okay.
Being from Canada, not really knowing how grand the fans, and I guess even here in Nebraska, how big college football is. So definitely watching Nebraska and Penn State quite a bit.
Yeah, and Will, you're a big football guy. I've at least in the interactions that I've had with you in the press box, the first two games, you're a big football guy, right?
I keep up with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. That's all I can ask. So coming into this 2025, 2026 season, Anderson Cup winning team last year, you guys were both on the club. We get to raise two banners this Friday at the Ice Box, the Organization of the Year banner and the Anderson Cup banner. I was talking with Coach Russo just before you guys came in here. He says that when those banners go up, they're closing the book on last year and moving full on to this year. Is that kind of what you guys in the locker room are saying as well? Kind of not focusing on what last year brought, but more just kind of what you guys have this year. You guys can just figure out who wants to answer, however you guys want to figure that out.
Yeah, definitely. Last year we had a great year, great team, that sort of stuff, a lot of accomplishments, but we're not comparing it to this season or any seasons prior. So just, I guess that would be nice to close the book that way to see the banners go up, but definitely not comparing the two side by side. Just a new group, new team, new goals, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and Will, you last year you got to split time with USHL goaltender of the year Jan Shostak. Now coming in to this year, you'll be seeing your first game action presumably this weekend after missing the games in Pittsburgh with a little bit of you got conkied in the last preseason game, unfortunately. But how excited are you to be kind of the not the elder statesman per se in this goaltender room, because technically Jack Solomon is older than you, but you've been around the block in the USHL now. How excited are you to get this season underway?
Yeah, I'm ready to get going. I mean, it was fun to be able to go to Pittsburgh, but sucked not playing. And both those games, I wish I was able to be out there. So it's nice that this one's at home, and I just can't wait to get back in the ice box.
Did you guys, with all the new guys on this team, specifically, the 508s, have you prepped them at all on the light show that we're going to experience on Friday yet? Or
I feel like a few of them have seen it. I don't know. You can't really prep them for it. It's just
okay.
Be something you got to see. It's pretty sweet.
Well, Lane, you're the goalies always go first, if memory serves me right. It's been about 6 years since I've been in the rink for that light show, but I think it's the goalie, then it's the defense, then it's the three forwards. Correct? Yeah. Okay. Well,
correct.
You guys big fans of the light show, I presume, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Have you told any of those any of the new guys about, games at the Icebox, games in Lincoln? I mean, you don't have to tell some of the new guys on your team. I mean, Braden Hughes got into a fight at the Icebox as a member of the Omaha Lancers last year. I think was it Jans that he got into
Yeah,
it?
it was
Yeah,
Janner.
that's funny. But have you guys talked a little bit in that locker room about what you guys are coming to expect when we play on Friday against Sioux Falls?
I mean, a bit. Like some of them call-ups experienced it a bit, and watching games online, you can still tell the atmosphere and that sort of stuff, and just some of the stories. And a lot of the guys are excited to like just hear all the crowd getting loud right before that light show, during the announcements, that sort of stuff. But yeah, for my first game at least, it was all the prep you can have. You're not ready for it.
Right. Prouse, you got, again, goaltender. You get to experience, all of that last year as well from the bench, from the blue paint as well. How excited are you to get back into the Icebox for, another season, 2025-26 season, the 30th season of Lincoln Stars hockey? How excited are you to get back in the saddle for a home opener on Friday?
I'm pumped. I mean, I like watching the light show from the bench or on the ice. It's better when it's on the ice, but I mean, just being in that rink for all that stuff during a game day is so much fun.
If I remember by watching some old videos when I was doing my prep begin the season, do you wear a player helmet when you're on the bench sometimes?
Last year, that did start going.
Okay.
Midway through the season, we'll see if it keeps going this year. That was because I had to take some stats on the bench, so I couldn't have my helmet on.
Okay, that fair enough. Lane, I got a question about you. This is more about kind of the state of hockey. As of course, you're going to Penn State. Gavin McKenna is going to be one of your teammates. All the money that he's making in name, image, and likeness to be able to go play college hockey at Penn State. What is that like? Kind of, not to say in the recruiting trail with Penn State, but what's kind of like being kind of a pseudo part of that organization, seeing all the money that he's going to be making playing college hockey there?
Yeah, it's definitely crazy just seeing how all the media, that sort of stuff. It's definitely cool seeing all the aspects of that way. A lot of people in the hockey industry, the hockey world, hockey culture, just talking about it, talking about the program. And I think it's just great for the program, seeing all Nittany Lions everywhere.
For those of you that don't follow college hockey a lot, where are you at? We have a school just about, I think, 40 miles to the east of us at UNO who actually plays really good hockey. They've actually sent a lot of stars to play there over the past couple of years. Gavin McKenna was a kid from Canada that, funnily enough, is making $700,000 or in that ballpark area to be playing college hockey at Penn State. It's kind of the weird, route that college hockey is kind of behind in with the name, image, and likeness, realm of things. You think of football, like Michigan's quarterback, Bryce Underwood, if I remember his name correctly, he's making $12.5 million to be the quarterback at Michigan. Dylan Raiola at Nebraska's making in the ballpark of $5 million. What is kind of the different, stages that you're seeing in college hockey and kind of the evolution of NIL? Either you guys want to take this? I don't know how educated you guys.
I can't really answer this question because Princeton doesn't offer NIL, so Boomer's gonna have
to
go.
I guess it's just kind of cool because you always see all the football, like a lot of basketball, that sort of stuff with just the brand endorsements, all that through the NLI. But honestly, for the hockey, it's just kind of great that it's came down to where they're able to do that now and just start kind of profiting off that way, playing college. Probably wants more kids to come back, play their senior, their junior seasons there. So definitely will make the leagues better for sure.
Will, I do want to give you some questions to answer as well. Sorry, but I was reading an article about you earlier about your role before coming to junior hockey. You were a goaltender at Holderness. Didn't play a whole lot there, but you come to the USHL. I think you read something along the lines of Coach Russo asked you, "Do you usually play that good?" And you said something along the. I don't remember what your exact answer was, but did you picture 3-4 years ago that you would be sitting in a downtown radio studio in Lincoln, Nebraska, talking junior hockey on a radio station?
No, not at all. Last year, I planned on going back to Holderness. I still would have had 2 years in high school. I still would have been there. But I came to camp and happened to make it. And Rocky asked me if I played that good. And I mean, I said I'd like to say I do because I didn't really play that much the year before. But I mean, then I ended up here. So
yeah, it worked out nicely for you. How have you guys, both returning players, how have you guys enjoyed Lincoln in your time here?
Yeah, I love it. Like, no idea kind of what the town was, the city, when I was coming down here, or like Nebraska at all. But yeah, it's a great city, lots to do. It's cool with the school being right here with all the Big Ten stuff, like the football, basketball, volleyball, all that sort of stuff. So I love it here. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I got here a month before training camp too, so I kind of got to see Lincoln without hockey. And it's great. I mean, good places to eat. School life is fun with all the games that go on, and they get a pretty good crowd, so those are always fun to go to. So
fair enough. But let's talk about this last trip to Pittsburgh. Tough couple of games for you guys. A 3-2 loss to Madison, a really close game. Couple of bounces just didn't go your guys' way, and then a loss to the National Development Program U18 team. That's a team that did just win the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, by the way, this past summer. So that's a fantastic hockey team that they're building there in the U.S. ranks. What did you guys take from that? And Lane, this can be a question more on you because you were out there on the ice for each of the games. Will was up there with me for a lot of the time. But what can you guys take from this past weekend?
Yeah, I think just the experience in general. A lot of people at the games, a lot of new guys on the team. So I think just a lot of their first USHL games, first junior games for a few. So I think they were just kind of maybe not used to it, the speed, that sort of stuff. So I think getting that under their belt going into this weekend will be good that way to know how practice is compared to games and that sort of stuff.
Will, what'd you see from your eagle eye view?
Yeah, it's definitely different not being on the ice, but like Lane said, I mean, a bunch of first games for all these kids, and that's a tough place to step in and play. I mean, it's definitely a different atmosphere than if you're home or away game, and we had quite the bus trip. So, I mean, the rookies, the young guys, that was their first experiences. It can be tricky sometimes.
For those of you that don't know, we left for Pittsburgh around 8:00 on Thursday night. What was it? And we blew a tire on our way out east, so we were about, I think, a good 4.5 hours behind schedule that we were supposed to be. But nonetheless, it's all right. The good thing that you guys can take from last weekend, though, is you saw guys, those young guys like Nate Pedersen was one of them, top line center, who was on a line with you in game 2, Lane. His first USHL goal, sick move on a breakaway to go top corner. Guys as well that haven't played a whole lot of USHL hockey. I thought Braden Hughes had a really good game in game 2 in Pittsburgh. You guys now being in kind of leadership roles with this team, being, older than some of the other guys. What have you seen from those, those younger guys, like this 08 class that Rocky Russo always talks so highly of? What have you seen from them so far this season? And it's only 2 games and 2 preseason games. But what have you guys liked from them?
Yeah, I think the 08 class is a lot of future here, and they all are like very eager to learn, always excited at the rink, stuff like that, and just willing to ask you the questions just because it's their first time around the block, that sort of stuff. But yeah, very eager and a lot of skill there.
They've been also getting better. Like there's been some serious improvement from when they got in at training camp. I mean, it's kind of weird to think how young they are sometimes, and when they're getting in the league rather than when you got in the league. So yeah, just excited to see how they keep getting better.
That's the funny thing about this. I'm only 22. I just turned 22 in May, and like I see guys on rosters like Madison had 2 kids that were born in 2009, and I'm like, oh my Lord. But we're gonna go ahead and take a bit of a break. When we come back, we're gonna look forward to this series against the Sioux Falls Stampede. We're gonna talk about home opener vibes. What are we looking forward to in that weekend? And then we're gonna talk a little bit just about some miscellaneous, perhaps some Husker football stuff. We'll take a break right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey, Husker fans, Max 10 is turning up the excitement this season. They're giving away a pair of Husker volleyball tickets, and every time you tan, you're entered to win. Experience the 2025 season tour, featuring high-pressure tanning, rejuvenating red light therapy, and flawless spray tanning, all for just $20.25. Look good, feel amazing, and cheer on the Lady Huskers in style. Max Tan. Take it to the max.
guys, it's Carly from Blake Farm Outfitters, and we're all about equipping the modern farmer. Our team is Nebraska's go-to for precision planting, SurePoint liquid systems, Green Eye Spot Spray, and more. So whether you're considering an equipment upgrade, adding new tech, or just need a trained eye to service what you have, check us out. Creep on us at BlakeFarmOutfitters.com and get connected with our team of experts. We're excited to help you find what's next. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the day. See a high around 71. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies with a low around 58. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies with a light breeze. An afternoon high near 74. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
M-Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store, is ready for the fall season. Stop by today to see the newest arrivals in casual and sportswear from Johnny O, Seven Diamonds, Mavi, Task, Luciano Visconti, Scott Barber, and many more. M-Suits Clothiers, 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Are you tired of your usual barbershop experience? Stop into Scissors and Scotch today. I know what you're thinking. Drink during a haircut? Don't worry. First comes the precision cut from one of their experienced barbers, followed by your complimentary cocktail in their upscale lounge. Scissors and Scotch blends your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. And now you can earn $10 off by simply mentioning the ticket. And if you're an existing member, still mention the ticket for an exclusive offer. Offer valid at Lincoln location only. Scissors and Scotch, located just south of 30th and Yankee Hill, and online at lincoln.scissorscotch.com.
Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Alex Ferd.
402-464-5685. Call or text if you may have a question for Lane or Will. Guys, curiosity, theoretically asking you, asking you guys this question. If and you had the opportunity to design any uniform that you would like for the Lincoln Stars, what color scheme would you choose, and what would it look like?
I feel like all of our special jerseys cover pretty much every scheme you could have. I mean, Corey does a pretty good job designing those. I mean,
he's been doing it for a while, so he's got a good
we
taste.
Got pink covered. We got the Christmas jerseys. I don't really know, to be honest.
Okay. Lane, you have anything that you'd like to see more of?
I don't know what to see more, but I like the St. Patty's jerseys. Like the green, like the kind of clovery, that sort of pattern was always cool.
I wish we used more baby blue in our uniforms. But that's just a me thing. I'm a big fan. I think North Carolina has the best color scheme in college sports, but that's just that's a me thing. We were talking a little bit during break just about jerseys in general. Will said that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniforms that they wore this past Sunday, the white ones that I don't know if do you call them creamsicles anyway? The creamsicle jerseys, in my opinion, are the bright orange ones that they wore back in like the 80s and 90s. But what is your guys' favorite jersey in all of sports? You can answer hockey, you can answer football, basketball, baseball. I think baseball's got some really underrated jerseys, but I mean,
I like the all blue Lions ones. Just keep it classic.
Okay, all blue, just so blue jersey, blue pants.
Those look so clean.
Okay.
I kind of like the Miami colors,
like
their football, like the
orange,
green,
green,
orange.
Okay,
but yeah, they're kind of cool.
Yeah, I can agree with you that I like the Miami Vice, like the bright pink and the Miami Heat jerseys that they used to have. So looking at this series that we've got, or not series, this game that we've got coming up against Sioux Falls, a season series that last year went 3-3. You guys went 2-1 on the road, but lost 2 out of the 3 at the Icebox. This is a Sioux Falls team that it's kind of confusing, at least in the time that I've been away from junior hockey until now, that they fell on some rough times. But yes, last year, they finished second in the West. This is kind of brewed into a little bit of a rivalry over the past year, because forgive me, I have a stat pulled up right here on my computer, guys. Last year, March 22nd, 2000, or I guess last season, March 22nd, 2025, the Lincoln Stars set a season high for penalty minutes before the buzzer even sounded in the first period, by the Stars having committed 70 penalty minutes in the opening 20 minutes of the contest. Do you guys remember that game at all?
Yeah.
What happened? I wasn't there. I want you guys to give me a rundown on this.
I don't really remember 100%. I remember it was our last game before we had a little bit of a break. And then we played them. I think we played them the night before, and it didn't go our way. And we were super ready to get them the next day, and then it just was a shit show. First period, I think there was like 3 fights or something. It was pretty entertaining though.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how it all tends to work out like that. Because I mean, when I was a kid, it's Omaha and Lincoln; those are your rivals. That's kind of how it's been. Even when Omaha's kind of fallen on tough times over the past couple of years, that's a conversation that we could perhaps cover a whole hour with anyway. Since 2018-19, the Stars are 29-26 against Sioux Falls. Is this a rivalry series in your guys' mind yet, or is this just a battle of best in the West?
I think last year especially, they were just a good team, played us good, we played them good, and just competed high with a lot of energy both games, and ended up getting a lot of penalties that one game. But I think we're definitely excited for this weekend to play them as well for our home opener.
Yeah, I just think it was 2 really good teams that whenever they played each other, it was pretty close. So, I mean, those games are bound to have a few fights, and if it's close every day. So
that's one thing I haven't done in my college hockey or my hockey broadcasting career. I haven't called a fight yet. So, do you guys have any bets as to who on our team is going to drop the mitts first this year?
Sloper.
You got Sloper?
Yeah, I got Sloper.
Okay.
That's
Are we calling like first? Okay, I want to get you. Are we going first period, second period?
No timeline.
No time. It's just going to happen.
I don't know about this weekend, but
it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. I can get behind that. So I'm going to quote you guys on that on the broadcast whenever until it happens. Last couple of things before we get out of here. Home opener, of course, this Friday. Get your tickets by visiting LincolnStars.com or by visiting our box office. Stars taking on the Stampede. Puck drop slated for 7:10 p.m. We've got a pregame ceremony about the Anderson Cup banner, as well as the Organization of the Year banner. Get there. It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be electric at the rink. There's no better place to watch junior hockey than in Lincoln, Nebraska, as Coach Russo said. Guys, how pumped are you for this Friday? I know you got, 3 more practices, I guess, until then, but you guys, I bet you the adrenaline's already probably starting to build. You got 72 hours till puck drop, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we've been here for about 3 weeks skating in that rink, and I mean, you kind of got to see it a little bit in that preseason game, but you don't get the full effect of it. So I mean, just getting back is going to be super exciting.
Lane, how pumped are you?
Yeah, extremely pumped. Like, as soon as the second game in Pittsburgh finished, you're looking on to what's next on the schedule. And it's the home opener, and you're always up for any game at the Icebox, any game in general. But just being able to play the first one at home when we haven't yet, it's been so long. So definitely excited to get back to that environment, that atmosphere. Looking forward to it.
Stars are at home this Friday against the Sioux Falls Stampede. It's our home opener. Next week, we got Student and Teacher Appreciation Night at the Icebox as well. Again, get your Stars tickets by visiting LincolnStars.com or by visiting our box office. Lane, Will, thank you for joining us. We'll be live this Friday on Mixlr and on Flow Hockey. We hope to see you guys on the ice and looking to get our first win of the season on Friday. Thank you both very much. We are going to take a break. When we come back, more programming right here on 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfun.com. Everybody have a great night.
Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through September 28th, enjoy an 8-ounce USDA Choice New York strip for $7.98 each. All natural whole pork butt, $1.78 per